My name's John Files. I'm now retired. I've been a paper maker, and so we're in Garibaldi, Oregon, and we're fishing Tillamook Bay. There's several rivers that feed the bay, and we get some really big fall Chinook salmon runs, and we'll even have a spring salmon run that has the most prized meat. And then we've got the ocean. We run across the bar, and there's tuna fishing, ocean salmon fishing, halibut, crabbing. So there's a lot of options to go out and gather food. I have a 2750 Stabicraft Centrecab, and I really enjoy that walk around, and that was one of the first things it was important to me to have the bigger space for fishing in the back. It's amazingly stable, and what I really like about it is that it has clear visibility around it. You can see where you are, and I've got it set up with the autopilot on the big engines, and even on the small trolling motor has a remote control on it. So I've got a great big fish hold. That was one of the things that I really liked when I first looked at the boat. I've always had boats, but more smaller, open river fishing boats and things like that. And when you get out in the ocean and the wind comes up, my wife loves to fish too, and she would get nervous, so she actually helped make the purchase because of that safety factor. I feel more comfortable too going out there. We generally go out 70 miles to find the tuna. It's a 130-gallon tank, and what's nice is that we can run out to the tuna grounds 70 miles, and then a lot of times the fish are biting on the troll, so you're running about 8 miles an hour for hours. The motors run all day long, and then you run back in, and we generally have half a tank of gas left. A twin 200 Yamahas with the troller is a 20 horsepower Yamaha, and I wanted to have a little extra power on the trolling motor so that when I need to overcome a current or whatever, it'll run about 4 or 5 miles an hour, full blast. But normally we're trolling for salmon, 1 to 2 miles an hour. So Julie, she's just quite a fisherman. She catches most of the fish. I just have to put her there, and she lets me clean them. But and she loves cooking, coming up with different ways to cook the stuff. So we eat pretty much what we catch and gather. I had a little heart issue, and she gave me CPR, kept me going, and I've got a little pacemaker now, and it's all good. Yeah, Danny is a fishing buddy that I met through Julie way back when, and we've just been like brothers. We've fished together, and Danny is a very avid fisherman. He goes from dark to dark. He just doesn't like to quit, so we've caught a lot of fish together. The first day, I think we stayed inside and did a little salmon fishing, put the crab pots out, and we got some crabs. And then the next day we went tuna fishing. We went out about 70 miles.
That was a short one too.
Let me get
Probably the bar in.
That's it.
Come on, boys! Yeah!
I showed on the fish.
John, why don't you take them?
Good day.
Come on, boys, let's see some sweat happening. Oh boy. Oh boy. God darn, Danny.
We got good fish. This is a big one.
Right there?
Yeah, we'll get.
And the first time I've plugged my boat That's what we say is when we fill it up and we've used all our ice. And I think we had about 300 pounds or 400 pounds of ice on boat, and we definitely will bleed the tuna in a bleed bucket and then put them into a salt ice slurry to really cool them down, and then pack them on ice really well to try to keep the albacore tuna very firm. We went crabbing the other day. I've got a special piece added to the boat where I can put the crab davit, and it's got an electrical winch on it, and we can go pull that up and have 2 or 3 people hanging over, grabbing the rope, getting it onto the davit, and pulling up the crab pot that's full of crabs. And usually it's pretty hard when you're pulling a full crab pot over the side, but we've got that set up so that there's none of that, and it just pivots into the center of this nice, great big work area, and you can take care of your crab, and you're not hanging over the side of the boat, hurting yourself or falling in or something. So the radar is great. It's the 4G radar, and it's real impressive to me. I've actually have been able to go out through the fog and stuff and see other boats around me, so it's another safety feature. Oh, the Simrad, that's working great. I really like how it shows us when we're tuna fishing, we can see the tuna under the boat, and so we know. We actually the other day stopped in a place where we thought we saw some jumpers. We could see the tuna were down 50, 60 feet, and so we started throwing iron without even catching a fish or anything, and getting down to them, and actually got them on and brought them up to the surface, and we put 7 in the boat that way.
Woohoo! My first king! Oh yeah!
John's first one!
Woohoo!
Woo!
Oh! Woohoo!
When it peaks, about October, first week of October, it gets so crowded, it's bumper to bumper boats at times.
We got salmon!
That's where being able to have visibility and maneuverability of the boat is important, and we will use a lot of times just a drop line of maybe a meter for you guys, and up to a pound of lead depending on the current to get the bait down, and then we've got a 6-foot leader behind that with like a bead chain, because there's a lot of weeds because of the high flow in and out of the jaws, as we call it, where all these rivers empty into the ocean.
Yeah, he's in the boat.
What?
He's nice boat. Oh yeah. You can grab that leader if you want to.
No, yeah, let's not lose him though. There he is.
I need.
It was fun. It was fun. We had a great time. It's been real memorable for all of us. My friend Danny, and it's been a real special trip for us.